Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Telione, Season 2, Episode 63. In the last episode, we had finished with seeing a ship off in the distance, with Wyllow and Alexandria up in the crow's nest. So we explored that a little bit, scouting out the other ship, as the other ship seemed to be scouting you out as well. Having Ember in eagle form, a strange feeling for the poor dog. Sending him into the Haze to scout out this other ship, figured out that this ship's name was the Cullin Sound, a ship run by Captain Tarmic Feathers. What the f*** is his last name? I don't remember. But Captain Feathers. You had talked to a yellow parrot that landed at the front of your ship, and decided to meet up with this Cullin Sound ship. You guys parked up next to each other. I haven't done this in 4 weeks. This is crazy. Had nice conversation with Captain Feathers and his first mate, whose nickname seems to be King, as they referred to themselves. Getting some commonalities out of the way, making sure you guys are friendly towards each other, and learning more about the haze that seems to be in your way. Captain Feathers explained that there seems to be some kind of iceberg in the middle, and that it could potentially be the biggest treasure trove in the entire Doryan Sea. Sparking a little bit of interest there, and you have to head that direction anyway. You decided to kind of team up with the Cullin Sound and head deeper into this haze. Vision gets a lot worse very quickly, as sounds started. We had an entire night's rest at some point, where dreams had occurred, one with Giltesh, one with Enos. Go watch the episode if you want to know more, because I don't remember. And the next day, you had moved a good amount into this haze. Vision, terrible. Weather, can't really tell, but you know that it is getting colder. A weird feeling to have around the equator, as this almost like sing-songy environment seemed to appear as Val read my notes somehow and guessed that there was going to be sirens in this day. Combat ensued, a lot of sirens got exploded by a lot of heavy level spells and a lot of area of effect. It was a very quick way to make sashimi. And where we had ended with Enos throwing the last siren away, skipping stones off into the haze, we begin with, do you want to take any of the bodies on board? So I'll leave that up to you all.
Of the sirens?
Yeah. You know, it might be good to eat. Who knows?
Ugh. You know, we already did that once.
And you still have several Koatoa bodies.
If that's the case, then we're good. I'm good. I don't know about
okay. We say
Am
that. How fresh are the Koatoa bodies?
They are... Ooh, those were
Definitely-
very early on.
How many
Definitely.
Koatoa fillets do we have?
You have 4 bodies remaining after the first bit that you had made.
But that's also like a few days ago without proper storage, so like they're probably like getting a little bad.
Did anyone salt, cure, or spare the dying them? Who knows?
Absolutely not.
Yeah.
They're about 5-ish days old.
My question was there any way to take their vocal cords?
You'll have to bring some on board to find out.
As he's holding. Oh, I thought that was salt.
Okay,
No,
I
it's-
guess.
Flavoring.
It's Mio.
Oh, okay.
It's basically Mio, yes.
Basically,
yeah.
Mio.
Well, DM, would there be any way if I could use their vocal cords to make something?
Oh,
It
man.
depends on what you're trying to make. It sounds dark, and I'm all for it.
This guy.
We're just making a bird call.
I want to make
Or a
a
whistle.
I want to make a bow out of their vocal cords.
Interesting. You do have a blacksmith on board, so he can definitely assist with this.
And see if they're magical, right? Like their vocal cords are. So I wanted to see if something, I don't know.
To an extent. Yeah, like you have all the right people on this ship to make something like that.
Sure. Yeah.
You,
I
you,
thought
you
you
have
were
a
gonna
blacksmith,
say,
you
like-
have a high level cleric, and you have mother. All people that would be able to assist in this.
I thought you were talking about making like a magical thing where you could blow into it and artificially charm someone like a siren would.
Yeah, I was
See,
thinking
That's
like an
where I thought you were
instrument,
going with that.
like a
See-
ukulele type instrument type of thing.
Ukuleles are canceled, y'all. Anyway,
No.
we
Whatever the
Wow,
old school
I was not
ukulele
expecting to
thing
have
is
that
called.
pop up today.
I've like been there, done that with the cool magical harp, whatever. No. I want a vocal cord bow.
Okay.
It charms you as you draw them.
So
Yeah, you could definitely attempt to do that.
is that a nature? Is that a survival? Is that a what am I rolling?
How
to?
many
I don't
sirens
know.
are you trying to get on the ship to do this?
Am I still in the water or am I up
Yes, you would be in
Okay.
the water still probably.
already? Cool. I'm gonna.
You know,
If you tell me, I'll bring as many as I can.
yeah, I want to try something. Maybe bring up 3, 4 if you can.
Let me see what I
There was
can
4
do.
surrounding him, and he chucked one away. So he
okay,
has
3.
3 in the close water.
Oh yeah, I grabbed one and I just fucking.
3 is fine. 3 is perfectly fine. A little tinker's project,
All right.
passion project.
Oh, that's so cursed.
If I did lose my giant smite last time, I can do it again. Just so I can be big enough to carry.
You
more
were
of them.
still big. You were still
While
cool.
he's doing this, I'm gonna take the time to ritual cast water breathing on everyone.
perfect.
Just the thought.
Okay. Did I write down what time of day? Midday? Cool. It's about 2 p.m. So you still have the rest of
Cool.
this day ahead of you.
I'd like to go talk to King.
Okay. On the other ship.
Oh, I thought we were like tethered together.
No, I think we decided that they were in front of you, but it's kind of like a just rotating deal where you guys constantly
Yeah.
like switch who's in front or not. Actually, you were next to each other for this fight, so yeah, you are next to each other. It's just a scary jump away.
Would I theoretically be close enough to use Misty Step to get over to it?
You could also just use a rope, just swing across.
That's true. I'll just use a rope and swing over.
Do you spell? No, we don't do that here. Yeah, you can easily get on board the Cullin Sound. You see Reach is just like mad dogging everyone that's around, like telling people where to turn the sails, how to turn them, and making sure everything goes. But it's almost incoherent. He's like, just like growling.
Is King on the deck?
Yeah, up near the capstan where the capstan, the wheel of the ship is, King and Captain Feathers are both up there.
I guess I'll head up there.
Oh, hello.
Hi, Captain Feathers. Okay. You just nodded. I'll say hi to King as well.
You can just see he's still fairly soaking wet from being in the water. He does have burn marks now to go with the rest of his scarring after getting fireballed.
Oops.
Yeah.
I know it's not exactly a opportune time, but I had a few questions for you, King, if you wouldn't mind me prying your brain a little.
That's fine. We can head below deck. I do need to get checked out by Tibby to see if the explosion is internal or external bleeding. If we wanted to
Yeah,
head down.
I can follow you down there.
Perfect. I was giving the rest of the crew some time to go before me, and I think Tibby should be done with them by now. You head down into the ship. Unless anyone else wants to do anything right now, we can continue the storyline.
Okay, I'm trying to figure out hit my 10 for water breathing. I'm trying to figure this out.
Perfect.
Yeah, I would just say Giltesh would just kind of be like, because it was Reach given the orders, right?
Yeah. Reach seems to be the one in charge of making sure all the sails are doing good.
I would probably try my best to understand what he wants, and then trying to help out with the sales on their ship. Since I assume our ship is fine.
Your ship is more of just coasting, where Reach is doing all this extra work. One, to keep the crew active, because it is getting colder and colder, and they don't have the right supplies to stay as warm as they need to. And two, he's trying to make sure that the Cullin Sound stays perfectly in line with the Loyal Watcher.
Okay, yeah. I'll just help them do that
Okay.
best I can.
I'm just gonna work on my passion project downstairs.
Yeah, back with Targrim.
Yep.
Which you'll have to remind me again what that was in a minute, because I do not remember, because it was a month ago. We go down below the deck of the Cullin Sound. You can see that there's a good amount of rooms, but at the front there's a very wide open quarter with a bunch of beds. You can see a lot of the crew members seem to be there holding their stomachs or anything. And you see this strange little hooded creature, about the same height as CK, about 3 foot tall, but you can't see anything besides their height at this point. They seem to have their back to you. Hood up, very long, like, black coat going all the way to the floor. Give me a perception check.
Shoot, where are all my dice?
Yeah, being down below the main deck of the Cullin Sound is a very surreal experience because you hear a lot of birds as well.
That's a dirty 20 for a perception.
When this 3 foot tall creature walks, you don't hear footsteps. You hear... It's like really squishy steps to their feet. Tibby, I let you take care of all the other ones. Is it finally my turn?
Yes, I think so.
As you see this creature turn around, you see a very frog-like face, little froggy eyes, as a black and blue splotched grung turns around looking at you.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say it was a bullywug, and I was gonna be so excited.
No, little grung boy.
Just take a seat right here, and I'll look at you in a minute.
But yes, this is Tibby, our medic and boatswain, all at the same time.
It's a pleasure to meet you. Is this creature common on the material plane?
I believe they are. He just kind of showed up one day, lucky for us, because he just didn't want to be at the bottom of the ocean anymore, it seemed.
Okay, so they're an ocean-dwelling creature. Gotcha.
At least his grouping seemed to be.
Yes, that is right.
As you can see, the large croaking that he has around his throat area. I don't know if frogs work anymore.
To be honest, if you in-depth knew frog anatomy, I would be a little concerned for you,
I
Monty.
owned a frog and a toad for a while. Fun fact.
Good shit.
But do you need to be looked at as well, miss?
Oh no, I'm fine. Thank you though. I just
Alright.
came down here with my companion here.
Okay, nice.
Tibby, you are a special frog. But what did you want to ask me about, Wyllow? I almost said Eleonora.
Who's that? No, I'm kidding. I know you mentioned that you had fallen through a hole in the Feywild and ended up here. And I actually ended up here under similar circumstances. I know you mentioned that you have stayed and chosen to stay, but do you know of any way to get back?
No, I'm not really keen on the magics of planar travel, I guess is what it would be considered. It was more of the circumstance of I fell out of a kind of waterfall on a pirate island, and then was thrown in prison and never really got to jump back through the waterfall until my release. Yes.
Where in the Feywild are you from?
Most of the Leonin are closer to the Unseelie Court than the Seelie Court. But it's kind of hard to say. We don't really have good mapping where we're from. We're just grown to be tougher, so we're surrounded by the brambles. Ooh, building Feywild lore, yay!
And I'm assuming this is all stuff that I would be familiar with, like, at least I've heard of, even if I don't know specifically on.
Yeah, you know of the Seelie Court, you know that it's considered the darker aspects of the court. But you don't really know any of the pronounced locations of the Feywild, because neither do I.
Yep.
So, it's kind of a crapshoot of knowing where anything is.
And plus magic.
Yeah.
Shifting locations, it's
Yeah,
fine.
all of that. When you guys go to the Feywild, I'll start caring about the Feywild.
I just look kind of disappointed when I hear him say that he doesn't really know how to get back.
Like, if you want to jump through a waterfall, I know one. If it sends you back or drowns you, that's up to your choices.
I mean, and it's alright. I'll see if there's any more, any magic practitioners who might know more of how to get back. But seeing as we are in the middle of an ocean, I have a feeling it will be a while.
Yes.
And I'm kind of enjoying this new scenery, but I figured I would ask.
Well, welcome to the Mists, I guess is the best way to introduce you to what's about to be around us for the next few days, probably. But worrying about planar travel, it seems like you have two very powerful magic users in your team. I would guess they could probably do it at some point. But
Maybe.
what do I know?
I'm sure they could.
What do I know? I'm a fugitive, right?
Well, anyway, thank you for your time. I'll get out of your hair. And I like, no, I'm kidding. That's cringy. And then I'll start heading back to the Loyal Watcher.
If you have any other questions, we're gonna be stuck together for the next day or so, probably. Feel free to ask.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Go back to the Loyal Watcher. Anything of interest?
I want to start working on, because Enos brought all the
Siren.
the vocal cords, sirens. They're more than just vocal cords. I'm sorry. The sirens together. I guess I would go over to not Grimjar. He knows nothing about weapons. Targrim. And start trying to, one, take out all the vocal cords, and two, try to fashion them into a bow. Just start building these materials separately before putting them all together.
Yeah, you enter into the area that Targrim has claimed his own to be a workshop of some kind. You see Enos is in there as well, working on the project that he was doing.
As I'm just bringing all the things in, I just look over his shoulder and be like, please don't blow up your hand. Please don't.
That's right. That's what we were doing.
Am I not supposed to put in the gunpowder yet? Is it after?
No, please don't do that.
Oh, okay.
You need those limbs. Please stop.
I really do.
And I guess I'll take the spear part of, unless Targrim has good cutting tools. Targrim, do you have any?
Are you bisecting stuff in my workshop?
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. Yes, I want to.
Okay.
I had a thought.
All right.
And I use a lot of spells and cantrips, and that sometimes isn't what I want to do. I want to be able to attack from range, and I don't really have weapons that can do that. I mean, I could throw my spear, but then I'll lose Ember, and that's not cool. So I want to make a bow, and I thought maybe I can make a bow out of vocal cords. And sirens are magical, so that could be cool, maybe. I don't know.
That is very cursed, first and foremost. But
I
do like it, but do not dissect somewhat dead things in my workshop, please. I can forge the metal and everything else, but the stringing of internal organs is not particularly my specialty.
Is it a Bivrel thing?
You see him think about who that is, realize who it is, shudders. Yes. I think so.
Okay.
I would go to any of the practicing medical people about dissecting a creature before going to me. That's not my specialty.
Alright. I guess I'll go over to Mother or Bivrel. Mother will be nicer to me. Alright, I'll think about it. And I'll start dragging the bodies.
Kai leaves, you just, so you see Tarkum go, whew, I can't stand the smell of fish.
And I guess I make my way to Mother to see if she can help me start.
You drag this poor fucking siren down 2 flights of stairs and dragged it back up a flight of stairs.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so gross.
Mother, please.
Oh, what is Mother's voice? Just like an old lady, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yes, Kai, I think that's you.
I'm happy you can't see this because this is quite grim, but we killed sirens. They were attacking the ship, and I'm trying to make a weapon, and to make that weapon, I need the creature's vocal cords.
Oh, okay. Did anyone get hurt in the fight against these creatures?
Yes, but I don't think too badly. I think everything has been resolved for the most part.
Yeah, because they would have been here if they were injured. So if there's an open bed somewhere, and you can see that there's 4 open beds in this section, you can just place it there, and I'll attempt to start working on that for you.
Is there anything you need me to do?
Giving me the correct tools would definitely be helpful. You can just see Bivrel is also just in this room, just like she has this they have this cockeyed look to their face, and they just have a really creepy smile about them, hearing what you're trying to do.
Yeah, I use a lot of cantrips and spells, and I just wanted to make a weapon for myself. Something I can be proud of. And I've been around people who hunt and gather, and we killed something, and I want to use all parts of the body. So I think it's respectable. Circle of Life, druid stuff, you probably don't care about Bivrel, but you know.
Well, I'm definitely interested in cutting one of these open and seeing what the insides look like. So this is a very fun project. Let's do it.
Alright. And I help pick it up, and I guess me, Bivrel, and Mother start working on this.
So I guess each one of you guys could make a medicine check.
Okay.
You make one, and then Bivrel and Mother makes one.
What's my medicine? Oh, +4. Alright, Kai.
Where's Bivrel in my list? Bivrel. What are you? +10. Jesus Christ.
Jesus!
Mother's isn't anything to laugh at either, but I don't think I've built Mother.
I wanted to see if I had enhanced ability before I start this. Okay, I don't. That's fine. Alright. That is actually pretty good. For a 22, 18 plus 4.
Okay. You and Bivrel do very well. Shocking to not too many people, the fact that Mother can't see is definitely a hindrance to her right now.
Mhm.
And that it's not a normal humanoid body. So
Yeah.
she kind of gets lost in the sauce with an 8. But between you and Bivrel, you're able to take out a lot of the all the vocal cords from the 3 sirens with very good precision, that you get very long strings with a lot of sinew still attached, and very healthy sinew.
Great. I have Targrim working on the actual shape of the bow. Bivrel, you know a lot more about magic than I do. Do you know a lot about sirens? They're magical, right? I haven't really seen much of them. I'm from the fire plane and all, so this is the first time.
History check. Mid. They're somewhat magical in nature. They tend to be known as fey creatures, from what I understand. But like many creatures, planar accidents happen all the time. So the introduction of sirens isn't as surprising as it may sound originally. So they have been around for quite some time. But to be magical in nature, yes. Their vocal cords are somewhat magical, not as magical as you may perceive them as, but they can still be used in magical ways. A lot of people turn them into assisted vocal speaking devices to enhance their own sound. Hello, I heard me twice. I didn't mean to cast prestidigitation, but I guess I did. Sorry about that. But I think if we fashion them in some kind of way, you could make almost like a screecher type bow, where
Perfect.
when you let go of the arrow, it makes a harsh sound of some kind.
Probably would need plugs, wouldn't I? Something to.
Depends. It depends on
Okay.
how well fashioned they are, how not crushed the vocal cords are, which we did get 3 very good vocal cords, so it has the potential to be very powerful if it doesn't get destroyed in the process of stringing. You can see even she kind of like twitches at the idea of stringing vocal cords to a bow.
I appreciate all the help that you're doing in this. I truly do.
Yes, I think I should probably also be there when you finish this bow to make sure everything stays cured and works appropriately.
All right. I'm going to leave this with you for now.
Yes.
I'm gonna go over and see how things are with Targrim and Enos, because I feel like if no one is watching him for a long period of time with his passion project, he's going to blow up in some way, shape, or form. So
What?
he's making a weapon of himself. It involves gunpowder, and I'm a tinker of myself, and
Black
he's
powder,
looking at
not gunpowder, because we don't know what a gun is.
black powder, yeah. And he saw blueprints, and he doesn't know what blueprints are. So, large man following detailed instructions, you can tell how that's going.
Are we in danger?
He's in danger.
So it's not a big enough explosion to ruin the ship in the middle of the sea, then?
I hope not. And if not, hopefully I'm there to take the brunt of it. Because if I blow up, it's less of a problem if everyone.
I really
You know what
didn't
I
want
mean.
to have to babysit, but I don't trust that man as far as I can throw him, and I'm a cleric. Let's go visit Targrim.
Let's go. And we start making our way to Targrim.
Yeah.
Make more?
No.
No.
Okay.
Quiet you. So, what's happening in Targrim's workshop?
Man, I wish I could tell you. Oh boy.
But
I
then
am
you won't let me
trying
do
my
it if I do
hardest.
tell you.
I am trying my darndest to build this thing.
Oh, and also I wanted to say something real quick.
Yeah.
Whenever it was mentioned about like, oh, if people got hurt, they'd come see me, right? Didn't somebody get like dragged down and like drowned to death on the other side, like the Lion Folks crew? Because like, didn't him and like 3 others walk overboard?
Yeah, a few of them
picked
walked
them up.
overboard, but
I think one of
only
them.
one of them got dragged to the bottom.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
But they have a big enough crew that,
Yeah.
not too
Okay.
worried
I
about
just.
it.
NPCs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
almost
I just
everyone.
think I was like, ooh.
No
Everybody
name
get-
pirate number 4 drowned. Whatever shall I do?
They're like, oh, you can't be hurt if you're dead. So
Yeah.
I guess it still holds up. All right.
Yep, exactly. Should I roll something? I don't know. I'm trying, man.
Which part of the weapon are we working on?
I don't know how far I got last time. I don't think I rolled last time. You just kind of let me go with it.
I think-
Kai
well,
helped a bit.
We were doing this until the sirens seemed to make an appearance, and then everything kind of went to hell and high water.
Correct.
So,
Yes.
if we want to try and build the long metal barrel thing, we could definitely try and do that.
All right. Let's try that.
Okay. Anything to keep you away from the black powder, he says to himself. So roll a tinkering check, and then he'll also roll one.
Tinkering is intelligence,
I
correct?
believe so, yes.
With a -1, it is a 4.
Don't you have proficiency with, like, Smith's tools? It would be kind of the same thing.
It's a tinker's tool. Well, yes, Smith's tools, yes.
Smith's, yeah, sure. So you can add proficiency to it.
Okay, so then that's an 8.
Oh, man, I'm so glad he rolled well. He basically just pushes you out of the way. The issue here is a lot more of this requires finesse more than it requires pure strength. What we're trying to do is make a funnel for a smaller projectile, like a dart, to go through. So your hammering, while you can be delicate, I have full trust that you can, you have the higher potential of bending this thing and not making it be a straight line. I am a professional, just watch closely as he very successfully makes the barrel for this weapon. Depending on how long you want this barrel to be, it can be adjusted.
Ooh.
So right now it's about a 7-inch barrel.
Okay. I think I'm gonna kind of look at it, and I'm gonna realize how small it is, and then I look at my hand. Massive. I'm like, is this gonna
Ooh.
work?
I did
I just kinda
make
look
it
at-
my size, didn't I?
No, I'm just thinking now. Maybe I'm too big for these sort of weapons.
That is never true. They make cannons for a reason.
Yeah, I guess.
It could be called a hand cannon.
I like
He goes over to the blueprints and starts trying to write that down, but that's what was already there. He goes, that's why it made sense. Whoever made this blueprint's very intelligent. As
Alright.
Kai and Bivrel walk in.
Are you alive? Is your arm still intact? I hear no explosion. I smell no explosion. That means things are okay. Hi.
Yeah, we still haven't touched the powder yet. It's just chilling.
Good. And keep it that way, please. Targram, we got the vocal cords. We have them.
Why would someone text me right now? Sorry about that. I need to set my phone to silent. Good. You have the vocal cords. We have been a little bit more deep into this project to make the bow that you want. I would also need to know what material you would want it to be made out of, and all of that hullabaloo.
All right. Well, what material would be best? I'm not I don't make weapons. What do you think?
Depending on the type
Metal?
of bow you want, the easiest ones would be wood of some kind, but metal would be easier to put enchantments on later on.
Metal. I think metal is what I want.
Okay. You have to be a little bit stronger for metal. You are made of rock, so I'm not as concerned.
I think I could. Kai has a what?
16.
+3, I think. Yeah.
Damn.
You think that's okay? Is that good enough?
Yes, that should be fine.
Okay. I think I'm pretty strong enough. I mean, I've been you know I've been working a little. I'm not the bulkiest, but I can pull it back. I think it could work.
Do we have any better metals on the ship besides iron?
Time to look through the. We have a bunch. I don't want to use platinum.
Here's a bag of money. Melt this into a bow.
But we do have.
We got one of those barrels that we got was full of metals, wasn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, let's,
Yes.
he would have it in
but-
his workshop as well. There's, he has steels, he has irons, he has, these mixtures as well of, leads and other stuff like that.
There was a breastplate that Eleonora had purchased and given to him to modify for her, and I don't think he'd ever finished it. So whatever that was made of is probably down in his shop if that can be melted.
Which
Saying
I think
above
that was like
table.
a steel base.
Yeah,
so he has a lot of
I think
different
it was
metals to
steel.
work with here.
Yeah, I was also gonna say. So we have 3 metal-filled barrels with iron, steel, and lead, and then 2 supply barrels. They were filled with simple weapons. If that can help with anything that people are making.
Perfect. I'm glad you guys are keeping track of my campaign.
That is Giltesh's job.
Yeah.
And then the other one is half full of gemstones.
8,000 gold's worth.
Yeah.
So
They are immaculate.
depending on what metal you would want it to be made out of, I should be able to fashion a bow probably within the day, depending on what time it is, which can't really see the sun anymore.
Ooh. Okay. Barbaro, do you think it should be lighter or heavier, or?
Well, I would definitely recommend lighter, since we're not really working with fine string, we are working with body parts of creatures.
Yeah.
So the most amount of flexibility would be preferred in this scenario, so that we don't rupture any of the sinew.
Yeah. A light metal. I think Targrim, a light metal would be best.
Alright, I think lead mixed with some iron should be alright, and would still give it decent properties to be able to enchant later on if need be.
Perfect.
Since lead, I believe, is used in some magical means, but yes, it is. Don't you worry.
Well, if you need me to help put this together as well, I am your canvas to help.
What is your training with smithing?
I was more, and when I was at the Broken Anvil, I was more of, I helped power things and heat, and is weld a word in this?
To a degree, yeah, it would be.
Weld things.
Yeah, high power fire.
Yeah, since I could create a lot of heat.
Well, seeing as it is getting colder the farther in we are moving to wherever we're going, I'm just down here working most of the time.
An iceberg. Anyway.
On
Titanic.
on the equator.
Yeah. Don't think about it too hard. But yeah. Yes.
If your specialty is heating things, that will definitely assist, because the forge is getting less hot the farther in we've been getting.
Will do. Alright.
You all can spend the rest of the day working on your different projects. Anything else from Giltesh and Wyllow before we kind of move into the next?
I'm all good.
Yeah, I mean, besides just helping keep the other ship on course.
Okay.
I mean, Ghost just kind of keeps to himself today before going back to his room.
Yeah. So, Kai, Enos, and Targrim are making more smithing checks to assist with what's happening. Or you can give Targrim advantage if you would want to do that as well.
My intelligence is, I think, average because I just it was battery. I was battery. So, I'll give Targrim advantage.
Okay.
I'll roll myself
Perfect.
for my stuff because it's funny.
Okay, let's roll for gun project.
Woo! God, I can't roll today. Fuck. That's a 5.
Ah, that's still lower than Targrim, who got a 9.
With advantage?
Well, he didn't get advantage for the gun project.
Okay, word. I was like, oh no.
So, working on the hammer aspect of the firing mechanism for the hand cannon, he kind of let you handle it for the most part as he's now distracted between 2 projects. And he just completely gave you the wrong instructions. So you just didn't have a chance at building it correctly. You built it, but you built it backwards, so it doesn't actually move at all.
It just hits me in the hand when I click it.
Yeah. You, like, try and pull your thumb back, but even with your strength, you can't pull the hammer back to make it work. And then for the other project, wow, he rolled mid again with a 17. Easily enough, with the iron and lead both heat up very easily, so you don't have to put too much pressure into it. He quickly builds a very small mold for it, sets it in, and you can probably just grab the giant cast iron thing and pour this mixture into it. You can see where it starts to curve at the end where the strings would be attached. That's where the iron seems to really embed itself, but it also has this white to purple gradient that goes towards the middle of the bow.
Cool.
Stringing it is not his problem.
Yeah.
But that easily happens throughout the day. Gun project, moving slow. It's very complex. Building a bow, he can do that. That is Targrim's specialty. But that kind of wraps up for the kind of remainder of the day. Use a lot of energy to try and keep the forge nice and hot for Targrim, and Enos was looking at the back of the instructions trying to figure out why the hammer wasn't working. So we head into nighttime. It is getting colder and colder as the hours progress.
Can I do something? I'm gonna wait for everybody to fall asleep though.
Mm-hmm.
I was gonna take one of the watches if we were doing watches.
Well, I would like take first watch and wait for everybody to fall asleep.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was just gonna quickly swap out minor illusion for prestidigitation.
Okay. That'd be after the long rest that would take effect, but yeah, I got you.
Yeah. So that's been like my first like hour or two trying to like inscribe a new piece. But
Perfect.
That's it.
So I'm gonna take first watch. Probably wait about an hour or so when I know that everybody else is kind of asleep except for the night crew.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm waiting for the king and queen to come out. Are they out there on the deck like they usually are?
You see them open up the door. The king takes a few steps out and goes, "Well, this just sucks now, doesn't it? It is way too cold out here," and starts heading back inside.
Okay.
Like, they do not seem very comfortable in this extreme cold.
Fair enough. So I know the king and queen are in their room, basically.
Mm-hmm.
Is Bivrel with them?
Not at the moment, no. You have not seen Bivrel leave below deck.
Okay. Cool. So I'm gonna very quietly go down to like the kitchen area,
Mm-hmm.
and then I'm gonna look for like a bowl type thing.
Okay.
And then I'm going to very carefully, but not that carefully, cut myself and bleed into the bowl.
All right.
I'll take some points. Just enough.
Give me a perception check.
Oh dear. Oh dear. Okay, 19.
When you went into the kitchen, you saw one person see you go in there.
Okay.
It was Rija,
Rija. Alright.
the one who's been assisting George with kitchen duty.
That's fine.
So,
But
start bleeding into this bowl.
once it's about a little bit, I don't want to lose too much blood. Maybe halfway full with the bowl. I'll wrap my cut up, and then go upstairs and knock on the king's door.
Okay. Going back onto the main deck, it's probably 20 degrees outside. So, like, that's the temperatures we're looking at. Instead of it being in the high 90s, you've gone down to where it's about 20 degrees outside. You knock on the king's door. You see it open, and you see the very buff, shorter than you king. Yeah? Well, what's up? How can I help you?
I wasn't sure if you were, how you were sustaining yourself, right? That's the right word. Yes. Sorry, Kai. It's helping me with bigger words. I kind of have a question as well as an offering, if you would mind. And then I show him the bowl.
Alright. That's definitely peculiar. It's
I
way
hoping you
too
can-
cold out there. You feel him just grab you and pull you into the room.
Oh! Yes.
It's like, you're not really wearing anything, so you shouldn't be out there.
Yeah, I mean, the cape is kind of made out of fur, so it helps a little bit if I wrap it around myself.
Keep telling yourself that. If it keeps getting any colder, you're gonna die.
You're right. I'll find some actual clothes later, but
You can just hear the wind batting the glass windows of this fairly nice room that has been fitted with a very nice bed that would have been Weikia's. You can see the captain's desk is also there. You can see all the iconography that would have come along with this being a military ship.
do I also see the queen around here somewhere?
Yeah, she's just sitting at the captain's desk, just looking at you very, just eyeballing you down. You can feel like she's seeing straight through you at this point.
Cool. I know she doesn't like me. It's fine. But yeah, I'll give him the bowl and be like, I had some things I wanted to ask you. Hoping
Okay.
this would help also you as well. I know that you've been alive or undead for a number
I just
of
prefer to
years.
say alive. I feel like I've been alive
Alive?
my whole life.
Okay, cool. So I feel like you would know. If someone's been dead for a long time, what are the risks if you try to bring them back?
So, you'll have to refer to my wife on that one. It's not really my specialty. She's the one that managed everything for us.
Oh.
So, what's this fascination with undead bringing someone back?
I don't know if they're dead, but if they are, if you remember Eleonora, she's gone now.
We've lost somebody, but
They disappeared.
we still have the same head count from what I've been hearing.
Yeah, yes, we found a stowaway.
All right.
Not a stowaway, sorry. A drifter? That's the word.
Guess that depends on your relationship with them. Either way, sure. We have another person on the ship,
Yes.
but your friend disappeared.
Yes. But we don't know if she's alive or dead. And if she's dead, I know there's magics that can bring people back, but because we've done it before, but it was usually a number of minutes, if not one day in between. I know that Wikia herself was brought back, and she's a little not fully there as she used to be.
Oh,
Or
that
so I
was
hear.
fun to watch. Oh, that was a juicy day.
So I'm just trying to understand if she's dead and if she's been dead for a while. What risks?
So,
There
working with the undead. This is my specialty. Welcome to class. Welcome to Necromancy 101. When bringing someone back, firstly, they have to want to come back. Unless you have magic powerful enough to negate their will of wanting to come back. The reason we get to live the way we are is the beautiful understanding of we never wanted to die. That sounds bad when I put it that way. Not in a lich way, but more of a honeymoon type way. We were too happy to want to just die in a stupid way, the way we were. So, while we've never died, we are undead. What you are referring to is someone actually being dead. Their soul can be in a state of purgatory for a certain amount of time. After the first minute, they become harder to reach. Then, after like a month or so, they become harder to reach. It isn't until you get super powerful that you can just bring them back without them wanting to. That is a strange cost to bear, financially and morally. Are you willing to take those moral hits to bring someone back?
I guess I hadn't thought of it like that.
You're playing with a creation of gods. I don't know who this is. I don't care. That's the point of necromancy. You have to care a lot to want to bring someone back, no matter how dangerous it may be.
What would you do if one of you died?
That's quite hard to do now. We're in that middle stage of not really being able to die. Any suffering is just extended suffering. Life has always been a construct. We have not been around for 200 years to not know this. We have seen suffering. We have ended suffering. Bringing someone back is a detrimental thing, and you just need to understand this.
To the person doing it or the one being done to?
Yes, absolutely. It depends on the things you've seen in life, I guess. If you think you're all that and more, if you think your bravado can get you far enough to seeing someone's body reform in front of you, to watch the pain of the time they had been dead go away, that is up to you.
Do you know someone powerful enough?
No, I don't. I am fairly powerful with necromantic magic. Byvrel is stronger than me threefold, and I don't think Byvrel could do what you're asking for. Byvrel still needs a body to bring someone back. Not a thought, not a memory, a body.
Well, I guess my only hope is hoping that she's still alive.
Or just befriend a god. That will also do pretty good as well.
I don't think the gods and I get along.
That's your loss then.
Never really talked to them my whole life, so
There's always the chance to start.
yeah.
Now,
We'll see.
why did you bring me soup?
Oh, you guys drink blood, right? Or am I?
Well, we've kind of gotten out of the habit of doing that because, it's weird to some people. We've had ways to sustain ourselves, for sure. You see her reach under the desk and pull out a giant wine bottle and just starts pouring it into your bowl.
Oh, okay.
So hopefully you don't have any diseases to
No,
ruin my wine.
I'm pretty sure I'm good.
No tetanus or anything.
Not that I'm aware of.
I was gonna go into a full doctor's exam.
Yeah.
No rabies.
Have you had rabies recently?
One point.
No, that was George.
Have you come in contact with someone who has recently had COVID-19?
Mesothelioma.
Yeah, she rips open one of the drawers of the desk and puts 3 glasses on the captain's desk. Are you going to partake, or are you just going to stand there?
Oh, sure.
Just dips the glass in and starts drinking it.
Very, very, very scared. But we're here. We're doing this. You can't say no to the king and queen.
Yeah. It just tastes like blood. It's just all blood with like a hint of wine, because what she poured in
Cool.
there was blood wine, so now it's just blood wine, so it's just gross. It is awful.
Lovely. Well, thank you for your time. I will let you guys rest down, and I'll walk out.
Interested in bringing someone back. What an old story. Yeah,
Then I guess I'll actually take my watch.
perfect. During your watch, I need everyone but Kai to take off their headphones.
Oh shit! Alright.
Huh? Huh?
Oh.
While you're sleeping, Kai, you feel like you woke. Excuse me. How unprofessional. You are just like rocking in the cot. It's very uncomfortable. You can still hear the very cold wind hitting the side of the ship. Your room is 10 to 15 degrees cooler than what you're used to. And it becomes so much that you just have to sit up. As you do, you see a man. Give me a history check.
Oh, fuck. Okay. That's a 15.
There's something familiar about him, but you can't quite put your finger exactly on it. As you're opening your eyes, as you sit up, you see this large man made of pure fire.
I just slowly start reaching for I want to lock eyes with them as I reach for the spear.
Yeah, they have the calmest disposition you've seen.
Who are you?
Well, we have talked once before.
Oh,
This is a little bit different this time, seeing as you seem to be getting colder and I'm running out of time.
Marjun.
Yes. Hello, Kaisa.
What is it? We're on our way.
That's fine. That's fine. But I wanted to give you vision of what's going on.
Kai kind of puts the spear back and just kind of gets out of bed and kind of sits like a very like crisscross across from this, or standing, I guess.
Yeah, like he's just standing there.
Yeah, and just trying to be in a position to listen and like put all his preconceived notions about the fire plane, Ignis, and everyone away to hear him clearly.
I returned home to your home, what used to be my home. Because it has.
How was it?
We'll get to that in a minute, but the connection I had with you the other time. You were in a jungle, it was nice and warm, but I can feel the air around us right now is awful.
Yeah.
It probably would kill any of us, any of the true fire elementals that are from the fire plane. So, I don't want that to happen to you. You have a lot more to fight for. You have to come back. You have to save our tribe, your tribe, from what's happened here with Ignis and the volcano and everything before.
Yeah.
So, this will be hard to hear and see, but let's take a look outside.
All right.
As he kind of just grabs you by the head, lifting you up to more of the height he is at, and as you guys walk towards the cabin door of the Loyal Watcher, the door opens and you just see the fire plane in front of you. But you're not in control anymore.
Mm-hmm.
You're seeing through Mardoon's eyes. The houses are very huge. The obsidian black stone of these large houses. Far off in the distance, you can see what you recognize in some shape or form to be your father. Where he used to stand maybe 10 feet in height, he's now pushing probably 20, 25. Where he was all fire before, you can see the extended claws of pure flame that seem to come out of a more rock-style body that has started to form around him. His main chest is extremely wide. You can see the lava veins and just pure fire shooting out from everywhere within the cracky chest of his body. In front of him, you see people that you recognize. You see the rest of the tribe, and they have just fully bent the knee to him. Them being 8 feet, pushing 10 feet in height, most of them. Feels like a weird perspective because you do feel taller while looking through Mardoon's eyes.
Mm-hmm.
As he walks forward, Ignis, you've done way too much, and it's putting detriment across the entire fire plane, not just our tribe. Who dares say my name? Oh, someone with enough courage and stupidity to say that name. Oh, where are you? I'm down here, like the rest of your people. You think you're all big and strong because you're made of stone. You're not the first one to be made of stone, remember, Ignis? Oh, I don't know who you are, nor do I care. And you feel the temperature rising, which seems almost impossible in the fire plane, right?
Mm-hmm.
But you just feel this extra wave of heat just burst out from where Ignis is. He punches his hand into the ground, and you just see rocks start to form around Mardoon, who's still just holding that same disposition as before, as just crushes in. That's where the vision ends.
Mardoon just sees this shocked face as lava pools are just dripping down by his face, and this stuck face full of awe and fear.
Yeah. So this is when you really wake up from what is happening, was after getting crushed. No Mardoon in sight. What is Kai's reaction to what they just saw?
Kai's reaction probably is to run outside and just feel hopeless in this cold air, and runs out, falls to his knees, and just holds on to that spear that has Ember inside, and just let this storm consume him.
You get to the top deck. You go into this storm. It's not cold. You don't feel this cold.
Ember, don't know what to do. I can feel like I'm being drawn and courted. I want the people who've hurt me to hurt tenfold, but I think they don't deserve what Ignis is doing to them, and I just don't know.
What
Just don't know.
happened? What happened? You just ran out of the room. I didn't see anything.
I talked to Mardoon, and he showed me how the fire plane is right now, and Ignis looks like me, and he's corrupted in more than he's ever been, and I want to do something, but I want to keep my morals intact. I can't forgive them for what they've done to me, but I can't let what Mardoon is doing hurt more innocent people. I just don't know. I just don't know.
Just breathe, Kai. Breathe. You
I
had so
just
much against you. You can let it out. It's the middle of the night. Who's going to care?
Kai goes over to the side of the boat and just lets out a blood-curdling scream as he releases Flame Strike far out into the distance.
Yeah, you release the spell as you can feel those magma spines get bigger and bigger and bigger, and you can just feel the heat around you. Normally, it'd feel like a campfire in this moment. Normally, you'd have to be super close to feel this, but you can feel that you are emanating pure rage at some points, but also understanding. You just let out this huge heat wave of warmth, because that is what you are.
After the spell kind of just subsides and the eruption is somewhere far ahead, or probably ahead, just in a safe space, Kai's just holding on to the staff. Almost, he doesn't have doesn't have human knuckles, but white knuckling it just as he's just holding on, just knees on the ground of the ship, floor of the ship, and just crying, trying to wrap his head around morals and ethics and politics and how to feel heard in a situation and help the people who've silenced you.
I think Mardoon was trying to get this out of you. He understands where we are and what we need to do to get to that revenge, that understanding within the fire plane. And you are now stronger. I can feel your heat, and I'm not next to you. You can use this to help your allies. You have already proven how strong you are. You just destroyed much of the fog in front of the ship. Don't let whatever Mardoon just did go to waste. Use that anger, that power, that energy that you have just released and felt, and let that help us.
I'm not upset at Mardoon. He's trying to help. I hate the situation that the past has created.
But you also have to focus on the future. An explosion too early, an eruption, that's the better word to use here, too early just causes chaos. but when it is timed appropriately, can cause flourishment within its boundaries.
I kind of look over to the side of the ship and imagine that I'm in the charred forest of the fire plane, surrounded by a bunch of dead trees and only having the thought of dust to dust, ashes to ashes, and how that cycle of life and death keeps this homeostasis of life going over and over and over again, and finding comfort in, I don't want to sound edgy and say comfort in darkness, but comfort in beginnings and ends.
Turn. What else do you want to do during your watch, Kai?
The king and queen aren't out, so I guess Kai will take this time to quickly look over, go to the side of the boat, actually stand at the front of the boat where they did it last time, and cast scrying on the broken, on Dorthax this time. Gorthax, I think.
Yep,
That
let
was
me
the
open up your backstory. Remember who this is, because I would have needed a lot better lineup for this. Dorthax, there we go. Just doing a quick read through of everything about him, because I don't remember shit. I guess he has to make a save, right? For scry.
yeah.
Fail.
Yeah, I go over to the side of the boat, and I don't know who's on top of the ship to see it, but instead of the lightning bugs being like this green, like this like yellowish color, they are this very angry like red. Kind of like when certain like species of animals, whenever they feel endangered, they have like a warning color. Kind of that type of feeling to it as they create this mirror to look through.
You start looking through this mirror as you can feel yourself getting pushed farther and farther away from where you actually are, traveling across the water, going through the haze, blasting out of the haze. You can see the continent of Tuvris ahead of you, heading towards... I wish I remembered my own fucking world.
Terragorn?
That's the one. I knew it started with a T. That's why I got confused. And flying into Terragorn. We're going near the district of where the broken anvil is. Flying through the streets as it starts to scrape against the ground. Goes back underneath. As you see a tinkering room, it seems like. It's not the usual one, but it seems to be a makeshift room. The last time you checked in on one of the other people of the Broken Anvil, you saw them kind of congregating in this little area. Since the last time you've done that, they seem to have started building stuff underneath the city of Terragorn.
Can I see what exactly it is that they're building, or is it
Give
just
me a
loose
perception
parts?
check.
Okay. Okay. Kyle, you got them good eyes. Come on. It's a... Yeah, that's a 19.
Looking over this half-orc's shoulder, you can see what he's working on is kind of like a lasso type technology. It's made of this very fine metal thread that has a loop system to it that he seems like he can pull to try and close it in on itself. Kind of like what they use with like dogs and things like that to hold them at bay if they're going crazy.
Mm-hmm.
He seems to be working on several of these. You can see there's a couple already on the wall.
Calm? Is he calm or is he stressed? Like, emotionally, how is he looking?
He looks fairly stressed. You can see
Okay.
that he probably hasn't slept in a little while. And where he would have normal scars from working as he usually does, typical burn scars, stuff like that, he's starting to get other cuts across his body.
Okay. There's kind of just a moment of just like trying to reminisce and connect with someone who can't see them, almost reaching out to try to support them and help, but going through and just
Yeah, he seems to turn, but you can hear muffled voices surrounding of the other crew members. And it's just... It seems calm at the moment, because it's theoretically in the middle of the night right now. There's not much movement above ground from what you can hear. They all just seem to be trying to stay extremely quiet.
I kind of just give one last glance in the room that I'm in and say my goodbyes and detract from the spell.
The fireflies start to just go off into the distance as the cold wind hits you once more. Less so than previously, but it's neither here or there. Anything
I was
else?
kind of just sitting there looking like into his hands and just kind of just contemplating and thinking about all of what just happened. Who is out on the ship? No one at this point?
Because
Or
of
just...
the extreme cold, basically no one. Grenjar doesn't have a choice. He's just kind of sitting there turning into a giant snowman.
Oh, let me give you that list for the wild water breathing, by the way. It was Kai, Wyllow, Enos,
Okay.
Giltesh, Wakia, Aubrey, Grimjar,
Okay.
Alexandria,
Mm-hmm.
Ten, and Sartine. That's 10, I think. Yeah.
Perfect. Yeah, anything else? Just kind of gonna go back to sleep, try and regain some of those hours of stirred rest.
Yeah. He holds that spear the whole night. And anything probably tries to fall asleep with it to feel that comfort.
And it definitely is comforting. And the next morning comes back. You all get a long rest.
Let's
Ooh.
go.
Cool.
Get back my 3 spell slots.
Let me hit that button.
Yeah. Waking up, it feels like an extremely cold winter morning for 3 of you. You can start to see that the porthole windows, which do have glass in them and everything, of your rooms are starting to frost over, and the frost is starting to seep into the ship. Just showing how cold it is.
How's my kid doing with the cold?
I would guess that they are swaddled until they are like a bowling ball.
Probably, that's fair.
Kai, pretty early on you hear a knock on your door.
I grab the spear and just have it like kind of behind my back. Just like, come in.
You see George open it. Hey, so I heard you were... Oh, my voice almost cracked there. That was bad. I heard you were helping Targrim keep the forge hot. Can you help us with the stoves?
Yeah, I can do that, yes.
Why are you bigger? Never mind. I don't care.
Kai kind of looks down, looks back up. Oh, don't worry about it. And I go over to the kitchen.
Yep. You see Rija is in there with a bunch of like frosted pots and pans and a stove that just won't turn on. Well, unfortunate. Oh, hello, everyone. As you easily light it up, get breakfast ready. If anyone wants to do stuff, you can.
I guess I wanna. Do we all kind of go to the kitchen to like grab food, and eventually like all kind of meet up in one area?
If you want to.
I'm gonna grab breakfast and just put my eyes on everyone, see how they're doing.
I just wanted to check on Enos and see if he's still mentally stable, because the last time I talked to him, he seemed very on edge.
Before I leave my room, if you want to look for me, I'm gonna try something very funny.
I'm gonna cast Scry.
Because I'm gonna take the Queen Sabo's advice, and pray to the only god that I know, Eldev.
I was gonna
the
say
only god I've ever heard
true.
of. It's the only god I've ever heard of. So
Well, you've
yeah.
heard of glitter gold.
That's right.
I don't think you really mentioned Glitter Gold like that. And I think you mentioned at one point he wasn't necessarily a god or something. It was very confusing.
And
I
Pelor,
know.
now that I'm thinking about it, Kai brought it up that it was like a subsection of. But yeah, Eldath,
Yeah.
do what you got to do.
So, not knowing how this works, I'm just kind of standing up, I guess, kind of like
Just like start milli rocking. Like, so what's up with you?
no, I'm just gonna go. I'm not entirely sure how this works. Eldath, if you can hear me, I know Eleonora used to pray to you, or if she still does, I don't know. We're just looking for some sign that she might still be alive, and if not, if there's something that we can do to get her back. And that's it.
Roll a D100 for me.
Oh hell yeah! Oh yeah, baby. Okay. Where's the detail? Okay. Okay. That's an 83.
All right. I need everyone but Val to take their headphones off.
Oh my
Jesus
god.
God.
Oh my god.
He prays one time.
Oh boy.
Now I gotta find music for this.
Oh god.
Sure. No, not enough. You finish saying your things, hoping that something will hear as you feel the ship rock.
Oh shit. I'll immediately run outside and to the
You
top of
grab
the
you grab for the door handle, but it just keeps getting farther and farther away from you.
Okay. I look around the room. Do I still have my stuff on me? I'll reach for my weapon.
Yeah, you see anything that would have been in the room before. You see the window that looks outside. You can see the door, but it seems like the door just keeps becoming impossibly far away.
And I look out the window.
Yeah, you look out the window and you see a forest made out of bamboo. The
Okay.
closer you look, you now look around you, everything is bamboo.
Oh, shit. Okay. I'm very confused, but I'll look around and does there seem to be some sort of trail or something
Give me
that
a
I'm
survival
standing on?
check.
Oh, I'm good at those, I think. Yes, I am. Fuck. Okay, now where will I look at? 10.
You don't see an obvious trail, but you try to move and every step feels like your foot's sinking. You can feel like you're getting... It just feels like you're on water almost, just like rocking with your movements.
I'll reach for a bamboo.
You grab a bamboo, it just turns to ash in your hands.
Oh, this isn't good.
What isn't good, Enos?
Oh, does the voice sound familiar to me?
Yes, it does.
It fucking hurt.
I wasn't expecting to ever see you in this area.
Wasn't expecting to hear from you either. Not exactly who I was trying to get in contact with.
Well, when I've taken residency over everything Eldath related, I get to hear who calls to her. And to hear your lovely voice once more is such a blessing, my friend.
I don't think Enos knew that had happened. I know I, as a player, kind of knew that, but I did forget. So this is great. This is great. I love this. Holy fuck. Okay, Jesus. Ooh. Okay. Wait. What do you mean you took over Eldath's domain, or?
Oh, yes. I get to relax here on the celestial realm now. But I still make calls to those who ask for it.
You're not stuck in the Shadowfell anymore?
Oh, I was never in the Shadowfell, young man.
I'm very confused then. If you took over Eldath, what did you do to Eleonora?
What do you mean?
She disappeared.
Well, that explains so much, then.
So you don't know where she is either?
I never said that.
Where is she?
Away from you, just like she always wanted to be.
You know that's not true.
Are you sure about that?
I'm pretty sure.
Why would an angel ever want to be surrounded by you?
You know, I asked myself that question. But after reading her letter, I know. Which is why I can't stop looking for her. You can tell me where she is.
You mean the letter that I had forged? I forced her to write that letter, Enos. She called to me every day, basically.
I don't believe you.
That's fine. Your bond was never as close as ours.
Yeah, but you forced your bond.
If that's what you'd like to think, then let it be that way. Everyone has secrets, especially her. It's a
So
shame.
she's alive.
If that's what you want to think, she's alive in your brain.
Well, you're talking about her in the present tense. Not, and like, she had. So I'm assuming she's alive. And you know she's alive.
Make a wisdom saving throw for me.
Oh, hell yeah! I'm not gonna do these. I've been rolling like shit all day! Well,
As you feel her grab the back of your head, she casts Modify Memory.
oh, God. Cool. Cool.
You forget everything about the letter. That was pure.
Okay.
And what the letter had said was that she was leaving because she didn't want to be around you all anymore. You were holding her back. As
And what happens?
the fingers retract, you're back in your room.
And what happened to the letter? Because I had it on me. Does it just... What?
It's your memory versus what it says. You remember reading it saying one thing.
I probably don't want to open it again then.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Because either way, it was a very hard read, correct, for Enos?
Yes, it was.
So that that harsh emotion is still there, but the story that it spelled out was different.
Fuck. All right.
Oh, I didn't think I was doing that. That was cool.
Ooh.
That was dope as hell. Okay.
I'm gonna make my way towards the kitchen then to
Yeah.
get something to eat.
So what are you all doing?
No fucking way.
Man prays one time.
No, that was just me and Val flirting for the last 10 minutes. It's fine.
Yeah.
I was wondering,
Yeah.
I saw Monty smirking a lot, and then Val getting really flustered.
Yep. That's exactly what happened.
But Pride Month's
I-
over, so cut it out.
Yeah, I want to see none of that.
Boo.
I'm still going to like knock on his door and check on him because I'm assuming he probably hasn't come to breakfast yet at this point.
You probably meet him as soon as he's leaving his room.
Just not like you go to knock on it and the door just like opens.
Oh yeah, basically. You just open the door. Oh.
I was just coming to make sure you are all right. I've not seen you around the past day or so.
Yeah, no, I'm okay. I've been working with
Targrim.
I've just been
Can
working
I
with
do
Targrim.
Can I do a general perception check to kind of just read his body language and see like if it looks like he's been sleeping well or like
If anything,
I don't know
he,
if that'd
just,
be perception
he looks
or
about
like
the
an
same amount of
insight.
distressed as he was the other day. Nothing much has really changed. Seems to have gotten some sleep.
And about the other thing, are you doing okay? I know it was a little harsh when we spoke. I just wanted to make sure that you maybe considered what I talked about, and I really hope you're doing okay.
I'm still kind of processing, I guess. But there's nothing I can do. So
I understand. I know what it's like, and if you need someone, I'm here. But breakfast is ready. You might want to bundle up. It's incredibly cold. And you might want to eat the food while it's semi-hot.
thank you. And do we have blankets or something?
Yeah, you have basic blankets and necessities. The ship
Cool.
was fairly bare bones when it came out of its casing.
I'm gonna grab a blanket and then make a hole in it with my sword, then make it like a poncho.
Perfect.
Then I'll walk out.
Yeah,
Are we all like in the dining hall at this point?
I would assume so, yeah.
Yeah, probably.
I would say you'll probably see Giltish walk in. Practicing with prestidigitation, you see like has like a stream of water kind of like flowing through his fingers as he kind of walks in. And like once all the food's like on the table, he's gonna kind of wave his hand over it. If anybody's like watching, there's like a quick like a little heat wave. And I'm gonna keep the food warm for the next hour, just in case anybody's late. And because of the cold, it'll stay warm.
Perfect.
That's cool.
Unless it's like cereal,
Heat
then
lamp,
like
yeah.
then maybe like yeah. What needs to be
Frothy
warm is
cereal,
warm.
Yummy.
It's like
Yeah.
someone's yogurt or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Instantly
cottage
just
cheese.
curdles. Like oh
Oh.
fuck, I'm sorry about that.
Yeah. It's another lovely meal by Rija, George, and now Kai, keeping it cookable. What do you all
Guy's
want
head
to
is just a stove top, and they're just like.
Yeah, what does Kai look
Do
like?
we notice? I was
Yeah.
gonna say, I know you mentioned earlier Kai looked bigger to someone, so I was like, do we notice that Kai looks any different or anything?
Yeah. Oh. You would notice that Kai is definitely a lot taller. From Kai being at around 5'11", or I think he was around like 5'11" when I made him. He's now at a like 6'2" in height. And the cracks that were at his cheeks, and his face, you see one of them is kind of opened, and the other one has slowly started like cracking along the side of his face. One side of his face is covered in cracks that have that magma flow going through and like enlaced on one side, while the other one is it's still there, but it's just bigger, but hasn't spread. And just along the side of his arms, there's slight little like, they're not fins, but they're just like rock bits of rock is slowly like protruding out of the sides of his arms. Not
almost
enough,
like spines.
Yeah, not enough to like mess with his movement, but enough to be like, that's there.
And it is rather warm in this dining hall compared to what you would assume it to have been.
Hi everyone. Hi.
Oh, you're definitely bigger.
Oh, haven't noticed.
When do you know what? No, you know what? I'm just not gonna say
No,
it.
go ahead. No,
I've
go
already-
ahead.
I've already made a
I know
I'm
what
so
you're
happy.
asking.
I already made a mistake yesterday. You know, that was insensitive.
Are you asking for elemental puberty? Is that what you're asking?
Yes, that's the word I was gonna. I didn't know the word I was gonna say. Rock people, but that sounds
Yeah, that's
offensive.
insensitive.
Sorry,
Actually,
that's why I decided not to say it. Sorry.
Whoa.
Yeah.
No, I'm just messing with you. I know you don't know what I am, and honestly, I don't know what's going on with me. I had a really strange dream, and I just, as of lately, I've had a lot to think about, and I don't know. Some mental barrier has been broken in my brain.
Good way.
I kind of look at the staff and back at Enos. I think it's good. I think it's for the good, if that makes sense.
Is this because we're going to your hometown? Birthplace?
Yes and no. I had a vision.
Mm-hmm.
What was
Happening?
your vision?
No. No. I don't have visions a lot. I don't think I've told you this because I didn't know if we were ever going, but one of the nights probably a couple weeks ago, I had a conversation with someone from the fire plane, a citizen that was under my father's regime, and he reached out to me, and that itself was already alarming. Seeing another elemental, and not only another elemental that I knew, who belittled me. He said he didn't, but I don't know. He said he was nice, actually. It's just seeing one of your own people who used to reject you never feels good. But we talked, and he told me that it's not looking good. And I remember the first time I talked to him, I told him that I don't care if it's not good. But now it's worse. And I've made an effort to try to come back full circle and give them the help, because do I feel scorned? Yeah, but they don't deserve They don't deserve that type of torture. So, yeah, I've been growing a lot, and I think I just feel like there's a lot of space in my brain to think. It feels less violent. I feel I don't know how to fully describe it yet, but space is made and I can separate a lot of my thoughts in a clear way. If that's the best I can describe it for once. I felt like
You
a lot
said
of
you had a vision.
Yeah.
What was your...
I saw through the eyes of my friend, acquaintance Mardoon. I saw through his eyes, and he stood against my father. And the moment his fists connected and collided with him, these rock pillars erupted and encased Mardoon, and that's when I woke up.
And crushed him. It was a very
And
important
crushed
note.
him. Yeah. He's a lot. He's changed. He's changing the same way I'm changing. So,
Who exactly is your father? I'm sorry.
no, you're fine.
I know I'm
You're-
catching up.
No, yeah, it's fine. You're from the Feywild, right? Yeah.
We've established this, yes.
Okay. Ignis. His name is Ignis Voltiri. Otherwise,
Would I know this name, DM?
Not at all. You can roll a history check, I guess.
otherwise known as the All Flame.
I'd just like to make a quick note that, like, let's just kind of like add a table off to the side. He's like listening, but he's just writing a bunch of stuff down. Like, as you're speaking, he's taking notes in front of you.
I'm sorry, that the name just doesn't ring a bell for me.
I
I
didn't.
don't know anything about the fire plane.
It's totally fine. I definitely need to make a visit now. At first, I thought maybe this will subside and maybe I won't get involved, but I feel like I have to at this point.
How
So-
this is going to be a strange way of wording it, but how hot is Kai right now, as in term temperature?
What do you like to know, Weather Boy? What do you like to know?
Like if I'm sitting
Anyway.
right next to him?
It's not Pride Month anymore,
Yeah.
boys.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
The way
I'm
it
sorry.
used to be was it felt like a campfire when you were basically touching him, but it feels like a much more like a bonfire style heat, so probably threefold, and it goes out for a distance.
Okay. Is this going to be like an issue when we get to the iceberg?
If anything, I don't know. If anything, it might help. I kind of.
Kai is not hotter than the sun that the iceberg would have been under anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like touching it and just being
No.
there is different. It's two completely
as a
different
quick-
things.
Yeah, as a quick little test, I'm gonna cast Prestidigitation. Like, I says I can cool or warm. Let's see, where did it go? It's enough. 1 cubic foot of non-living. Okay, so maybe not then. Just like the
Very
air
living.
around. Like, I was thinking about like the air around me. Like, would that be able to like? I'm gonna try it, see if it works. Up to you how you rule it, but just like as an idea.
For
the
prestidigitation,
Yeah, it says chill, warm, or flavor up to 1 cubic foot of non-living material for 1 hour. I don't know if air counts as material.
you could probably get like a cup of water and do something with that.
Okay, but not the air.
Probably not the air itself.
Okay, I make note of that.
But yeah, you could probably start frosting a glass of water to see what effects it may have. And go out on the hallway, frost it, come back, and you can see it melting rather quickly.
Okay.
Last night also, because we had a conversation about this, I tried out a spell after I had this vision, and I felt what you were talking about that rage just deep inside. It felt good. It felt like a release. It was what I needed. I still can't wrap my head around it fully yet, but I know what you mean now. I understand.
Yeah, I think you're well on your way, and if you want more practice with channeling, I guess, that rage, we can always spar again.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how to channel it without setting something off as a byproduct of it. Luckily, we're out in the middle of the ocean, so that's best practice range. But yeah, I don't know. I kind of just realizing that he's a lot bigger than he was before he went to sleep is kind of just wanting to feel small again in a slight moment. Just like, okay. I'm gonna go work on that bow. Hopefully I can still use it now that I'm this. And then, so if you excuse me as I awkwardly try to move around people.
Yeah. What else do you guys want to do during the day? You have a few hours before event.
Did we roll for today?
We are in a scenario where we don't really roll.
Uh-oh.
Oh no.
And
I
water
did-
breathing is still on
I also
them,
did
right?
roll and it was dog shit, so that's why.
Overruled by DM.
Yeah, I was like,
Water-
nothing really should happen, but let's see what I roll. I rolled it, I went, no. Let's not do that.
Is water breathing still on them?
Lasts for 24 hours, so it depends on when you cast it.
Also,
think
I know we keep forgetting, Wyllow and her child don't need it. They have it as an ability already. So if you want to give it to someone else.
Okay. Then I think I did it when we started playing today. So that probably would have been another 24 hours have probably passed. So
That would have been around 2, I think.
Yeah, it would have
So I
been
think we
like
might
a
have-
little bit in the
3
afternoon.
in the afternoon.
okay. So it still would be up for now, I
Yeah.
guess.
Yeah.
Alright.
But if you wanted to give it to someone else over Wyllow, that would have been fine.
Okay, then instead of Wyllow, I'll hit Bivro.
Perfect. Okay. So the rest of the morning is yours.
I guess I'll
Okay.
head back up to the crow's nest and keep an eye out for things. Val. I just see him going.
Yeah, but I'm still processing everything that happened.
Nothing happened.
I am going to I'm gonna go around the ship and I'm gonna take a note of just like what the ship looks like, any like detail, like minute details even. Get people's names that I've heard, descriptions of them, just kind of creating just a list of everything that's on the ship.
Perfect. Yeah. Easy enough. You just spend a good amount of time going over every facet of the ship. Most of the interior of the ship is made out of wood. Naturally, the exterior kind of defensive shell that has been put over the ship is made out of rather rough metals. And then The rest is in Google Docs, probably.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm just gonna spend my time doing that.
Yeah. Bivrel meets Kai down in Targrim's workshop. Targrim hands the nice big bow. What is that? The fuck is what? For some reason, I didn't set my music to loop, so I was like, why am I hearing a typewriter? It's like, what is happening? Bivrel meets you at Targrim's workshop, where the bow has cooled overnight rather quickly, because obvious reasons.
Mhm.
He hands it to you. Alright, so this is the bow. It should have a good amount of elasticity to it to not put too much pressure on the vocal cords of the creatures that you have manufactured. But I don't think you need my workshop for anything else. If you need any type of twine or anything like that for the bowstrings, I can supply that for you. If you think you need it, you might need it. I don't know. Depends on how you want to tie the vocal cords together.
All right. Thank you. I look over at Bivrel. I want to be able to use whatever small magical property is within the vocal cords. So if that means intertwining it with the twine or the string or the vocal cords itself, whatever it would take to do that.
I was thinking about this during the night, since I don't have to sleep as much as everyone else. It gives me more time to think about what monstrosity we are creating here, actually. I feel like since we got 3 very good vocal cords, we can either set them in 3 separate locations as the bowstring, or we centralize them into one main unit.
Do you think there's a difference, or
There could potentially be a difference. I think if I don't want to say calculations, or I guess my theory about what would possibly happen here. If we set it up so it was 1, 2, 3 in a vertical line, it would resonate outwards more, because when it snaps from the center. So then it would have to reverberate up and through the other ones. So it might send out farther by doing that. Where if we put all 3 vocal cord boxes towards the center where the main arrow would go to fire off in the distance, it might shoot it straight out.
Okay. I think whatever effect this creates, I think I want it to be isolated. I don't want to affect people I don't want it to affect, if that makes sense.
That was my theory of what would be chosen as well.
Great.
Mainly because I don't want to hear it when it's not aimed at me.
Makes sense to me.
You two start working. You have to... The vision I have of this is so gross. It looks so gross in my mind.
I think it looks metal as hell.
It's insane. You're basically tying, braiding all of the sinew in together to get the 3 vocal boxes as the main brace for the arrow. And then from this braided system, you also braid in the heavy twine to then wrap around the 2 sides of the main bow.
Ooh. This looks great.
I will not say what I think it looks like, because...
Oh, horrific, probably.
I was going to use a very descriptive word that I don't feel like saying.
Okay.
Moist.
But...
This is far worse.
but thank you, Bivrel.
And it seems to be made out of very well crafted metal. The lead and iron really melded together nicely. I don't know if that's a true thing. It's magic. Fuck you. But it does have a nice leather handle around where you'd probably hold it and everything like that. He did not ask you if you were left or right-handed with your bow, so... I guess it doesn't really matter with a long bow. It's fairly ambidextrous.
Yeah. I go over to Targrim. I just poke my head into Targrim's room. Do we have arrows? Do you have arrows? Who has arrows?
I figured if you were gonna be crafting a bow, you would have had the arrows.
Oh, I know who has arrows, probably.
There's several ranger types in the Stormrain
Okay.
tribe, I think. Alexandria uses a bow. Sartine uses a bow. Alistair uses his hatred and spite of everything.
Eleanor used to use a bow.
Yeah. Do you think Enos... Is that inappropriate?
Oh, I'm not there, so
Oh, you're right. Never mind.
I'm just letting you know that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you've already gone through her room, so I mean,
Yeah.
Anything
Yeah.
is if anything, it's her living, using her as a memory. It's the memory arrows.
Are you sure you don't
Arrows
have to
in
start
memory.
taking some spinal cords and using that as your arrows? Jesus Christ.
yeah.
Who's that?
Unless
I
she
don't
had
think
a
my
yeah,
arrows would be in the room. I think I would have had them on me when I
Oh, you're
disappeared.
right. No, you're
unless
right.
she had the weapons and stuff on her.
I guess I go over to Alexandria. I don't know why I was about to say Sartine. She probably would be scary.
Yeah. You start climbing the rope up to the crow's nest and you see two really cold women up there. Enos, what are you doing?
I'm gonna go through the barrel of gems that we find.
Okay.
I want to see if I can find a what's the one I'm looking for? An emerald.
Okay.
I want to try to find so it can fit where the magic gem used to be for Windbreaker.
Roll me a D100.
Oh my god.
Alright. Cool.
Everyone, take off your headphones.
The only thing I can actually roll well today. I don't think I've rolled above a 10 all day, by the way. Just on the D100s. A 0 on the 10 is a 0, right?
Yeah.
So 80.
Damn.
Yeah, you find a very nicely cut emerald. And now I need everyone to know.
Oh my god.
Do you pick it up?
Yeah, do you pick it up?
Yes.
It's cold
Just
to the
get
touch.
sent flying.
They're all cursed, yeah.
Roll a wisdom saving throw.
Jesus.
Roll 16 wisdom saving throws as you're going through.
All the gems.
Yeah, you're touching literally everything. Yeah, but you find a nice gem. It doesn't feel like it has any power to it, but it does somewhat resemble the gem that was used.
I'm gonna take this and my axe to Targrim. Well, Windbreaker, of course, my axe. That's not magical anymore, so I'm gonna go over to Targrim and just be like, hey, Targrim, so about that other project, I'm actually going to scrape it. I don't think it's for me. I'm assuming Kai already left at this point.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. You know, I just don't think it's for me. It's a little small and more up close and personal. I don't know if you want to keep the blueprints.
I will probably keep working on it over the next few days. It gives me something to do. I have plenty of supplies. So
Cool,
I might
cool.
just keep working on it because I did accidentally make it for my size, not yours, sadly.
Yeah, you can keep the blueprints. That's fine. And I just want to know if in this. I think this fits into my weapon like the old one used to. But do you think we could with the runes that you taught me, words that you taught me? Do you think we could carve something in here and make it sort of magical, or would that be a different type of magic? I kind of want the same, sort of the same gem. You know, the weapon is called Windbreaker, so it'd be kind of weird if it started shooting fire, right?
Yes.
Oh my god.
It'd be a spicy fart.
I had this idea. I don't know if it's with along with your runes, and maybe somebody else could help out as well. I don't know. I wanted to see if instead of just creating a small push, kind of like a wind slash situation where I can slash at a distance with wind.
All right.
If I go like this, it creates a slash. Does that make sense?
It does to me, but that's a little bit out of my realm of expertise. I can do the runes and such to allow magic to go into this, but I don't have wind magic per se. You probably have to go to one of the other spellcasters, and they'd have to spend probably a couple days with this gem to imbue it with the wind magic before I can even put it into the weapon.
Ooh, so let's do that. Let's carve the runes.
Do you want to do it, or do you want me to do it?
I don't think I've done it yet, so why don't you show me?
Perfect. Do you have a second rock that you want to try on?
No, I'll just watch you.
What? The best way to learn is by doing, is it not?
Oh, okay, sure.
It's not like we
then.
don't have a bunch of other gems.
You know what? I'll just go grab a random one. It doesn't have to be an emerald. I'll grab a random stone. Anything that's not diamond, because I know we use diamonds for other stuff.
Well, mark that off then. Not diamond. Being picky with our stones now. You find a nice aquamarine. Nice bluish tone to it. It has like that, it almost has like those waves to it. It's more spherical than this emerald is. The emerald is already pre-cut, so different stone styles. And he does the basic carvings of wind, and he kind of puts it in as many of the flat edges as he can, and just has you kind of mimic it on the aquamarine.
Cool.
If you want to give me a... Well, I guess it'll be smithing check, so it would just be plus your proficiency.
Minus intelligence?
We'll just say plus proficiency.
Okay, cool. So it's finally rolled well for once. 22.
Nice. Thank God I gave him advantage. He also rolled very well on his. Well, I think this should work. I would guess... by Vrel. He's definitely one of those people that could enchant it in some way, shape, or form. I think the Queen's a magic user. She might have wind spells. But to do what you want to do, it can't be low-level stuff. It has to be fairly adept.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Alright, well, thank you, Torgan. Is the furnace on below?
It's on, but it's struggling.
Okay. When he's not looking, I'm gonna throw the letter in there.
But what?
He goes to start to stand up, and he's just like holding his legs. The letter is aflame.
Need a little more firewood.
Did you say to throw the letter in there?
Yes.
So Kai, as you're climbing up the main mast towards the crow's nest, you see Alexandria and Wyllow just sitting there shaking with some blankets on.
Oh, hi. Hi, both of you.
Hi, it got a lot nicer, a lot quicker. That's very nice. Okay.
I had a question. Because you use bows all the time, Alexandria.
Yes.
And I have...
That I'm slowly, like, taking it behind my back. Before I pull it all the way, like, show her, I'm just like, it might look terrifying. I want you to realize this. So I want to...
I'm a barbarian.
Oh, yeah, you're right. So I'm not even worried about it. And then I show the... I show the bow. I made it from the vocal cords of the sirens. And I thought, I don't know how to use bows. Or I have some experience. I just wanted to get... Do you have arrows that I could have?
Yeah, I have some. I definitely do.
Okay. Alright. That's kind of what I was asking.
All of my shots haven't been doing anything, so here's my quiver. I don't think I'm
Alright.
needing it. I have the
Okay.
harpoons.
Cool. If you... Alright, she's still bothered by this just being
She's like, that's just... She's like so shocked by seeing a weapon that is made out of organs.
Alright, I'm gonna just
waste not, druid stuff. Don't worry about it. I'll put that
What did
away.
you do with the rest of them, though?
I kind of just think about Vibrel. I'm like, what did she do with the rest of them?
Oh, we had fish for breakfast.
I mean, it's worse for you because you actually eat it. For me, it's just gone. So I'm so sorry.
Huh. This adventure just keeps getting weirder and weirder, I guess.
Yeah, don't think about it too much.
I'll try to forget immediately.
Yeah, and I just start climbing down. And I want to look for... Not Grimjar, because I don't know what this is going to do, so I don't want to shoot him. I need a cactus dummy. Okay, I guess I look for Enos.
Okay.
Hey, Enos, do you mind being a test dummy?
I'm assuming I'm coming up at this point.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
With your blanket poncho.
Yep.
Want to make a bet real
Yeah.
quick with Alexandria hearing this and be like, how much you want to bet that the big one gets absolutely demolished?
Well, seeing as I can't really see him right now because of the haze, pretty high.
Okay, sounds good.
Why are we up
We'll
here?
know if we hear
can't see
screaming.
anything anyway.
That's true. Let's go where the warmth is.
Yeah, I really enjoyed Kai being close. Let's go back down.
Sure, Kai, but where's Vibrel? I just need something from them real quick.
The last time I saw them, they were helping me string the vocal cords. I don't know where they are, but they shouldn't be far. I was near Targrim when it was happening.
Yeah, I think...
Also, that was like...
Yeah, so basically where you did all this stringing was on the cannon level, which is right outside of Targrim's room. And then I think right from there you went up. No, you went back to Targrim and then went up. You would have seen Vivrel go back into the medical bay.
Yeah, probably near Mother is where she is.
Alright, so let me go. Let's just, you want to come with me?
Sure, why
just
not?
ask them something real quick.
Yeah, why not? I don't care.
Cool.
Yeah, give me more time to look shit up. So Enos is going to Vivrel?
Yeah.
Yeah, she's in the medical bay. Oh, hello.
I think you'll be happy to know I have stopped my previous project.
Great.
So
He's not-
I'm no longer working with powder.
Not blowing up.
That's right. Yes, that is very good to hear.
But I do have another project that hopefully you can help.
What's in it for me?
It's a great question. The feeling of camaraderie. Camaraderie? Is that the word? Kai?
Is Kai with you when you say
I'm trying to
this?
just I kind of just look over at Vivrel. I look over at Enos the moment you say camaraderie, and I'm just like, no, not that one.
No, okay, sorry. Words.
Yes. And I feel like I've done plenty for this crew, and I've gotten no pay for it.
Oh, 200 gold.
You haven't told me what you're doing. This is for the last week. Thank you.
Right, sorry. Okay, well.
This is
damn.
rough.
Anyway, I need I was hoping to get this enchanted. My axe was previously enchanted before the big typhoon tsunami thing.
Mm-hmm.
I had to throw the gem out. Anyway, I'm trying to get it re-enchanted. Obviously, this is a family heirloom, so it's kind of like important to me. So I kind of wanted to get re-enchanted. If you could do that, it has a wind kind of feel to it. Targum and I worked on this gem, and I'll hand them the gem. I wanted to see if when I slash down, wind would shoot out and slash at a distance. Sometimes there's things from a distance that I can't, I can't reach. Things that fly. I don't. I'm up close and personal, so I was hoping that could help in some way.
Potentially, yes. Seen as my standing of medical person on this ship, I do not have any wind-related spells on hand at the moment.
I'm thinking, I hears you say wind related.
I could help. I would have to use one of my higher I don't know how much wind you need.
You would need about 24 hours of casting that spell on this gem.
I don't
And
have that.
You really aren't one of the crew members that have 24 hours of nothing to do.
I don't have any of that.
You're all a bunch of busy bees. So, starting tomorrow, I could potentially do something. I know Sabo has things and wind-related magics.
Okay. You could ask her. Great. I'm sure she's sleeping right now, but...
We also don't know if she has those prepared today either.
True. So, I'll leave it in your very capable hands.
And if we both work on it, who knows? Maybe we can get it done even quicker.
Thank you, my will.
This will be 5,000 gold to do.
I got 1,000.
Or 1 human leg.
I got 1,000.
Did you say a human leg?
Do you want to keep your leg?
I would like to keep my legs. I need them.
Coward. I'm just
We work
fucking
out a
with
payment
you.
plan.
For now. I still expect 5,000, but who knows how long we're going to be on this ship.
Yeah, we can work out some sort of payment plan, and if we save the world.
We said that there's some sort of treasure, so
Yeah, hopefully this treasure cove leads to something.
or exist.
Anyway, Kai, you wanted to show me something?
Yes, I do. I do.
What do you mean exists? This is interesting. What do you want about?
So, one of the ship that's guiding us to the iceberg, they said that at this iceberg where I've heard they've said a dragon guards it or something like that. That there is a treasure trove that's been there.
Fascinating. Point it to where it should be on the map.
I kind of go, I guess, grab the nearest map, and I'm just like, there, and pointing at it.
You see her close her eyes, their eyes, whatever. And when their eyes open, they're this pure white, where they had rather dark eyes to begin with. Alright. Interesting. Easy enough. Blinks, the eyes are back to normal. You should have plenty of fun there.
What does that mean, Bro?
The location you're going to is called the Frozen Spire.
Okay.
One of the gems of Tiamat, the white gem, landed in the Doryan Sea about 300-ish years ago, right on top of a group of 10 pirate ships. So, pirates mean money. Money is what you require to pay me. I'd recommend going in there.
Will do. Enos, you better keep that leg. Or have a backup plan. Last Targrim to make you a leg, maybe?
we got treasure, right? We'll figure it out.
I could just regrow your leg if that's a big concern. It might take a few days.
Payment plan is cool.
Was
no
it?
fun.
I look over at Byrell. Would his leg be the same or different? So now I'm interested.
It would be fairly smooth. There'd be no hair.
But it wouldn't be like.
No, it would still be his.
But it wouldn't be okay. It wouldn't be like magical. Like it would be like translucent or whatever. It'd just be.
No, you might have to get the muscle mass back into it. But other than that, it'd be the same.
So baby leg, fetus leg.
Not baby, just weaker.
Okay. All right. Okay, so we can go now. I just was interested.
So she cast Legend Lore again. Where are you gonna go shoot him?
Probably on the front deck. So nothing. So I'm letting everyone in the vicinity know I'm doing it. I feel like it's worse in secret instead of than out in the open. So I'm just sitting there. To anyone who can hear me, I'm trying this weapon on Enos. If things go really bad, I'll heal him or get him to anyone who can heal him. Just for anyone who's listening. And
I consent, and I'm gonna rage because I'm assuming he's gonna hit me with an arrow.
Okay.
I take multiple steps back, draw the arrow, and I never asked Byrell what would happen if I cast Flame Arrow on it. I hope it doesn't burn the vocal cords. Oh, that's a question.
They
I
are
won't do that
not
now.
magical, and they are not fully magical.
Yeah, so I'm not gonna cast Fire Arrow on them.
Yeah, if they were enchanted, maybe.
Okay. So I'll just pull the arrow back and concentrate and let go.
Okay. Enos, do you accept the shot, or are we gonna roll for it?
I mean, I'm just standing there. So yeah.
Okay. Like
I'm not
getting
gonna try to move it
tased in
away.
the back professionally. Take the arrow to the back. As you release, you hear like almost like a whistle shot goes out. Enos, you get hit in the back, and you hear like a very loud hum go over you. Make a wisdom saving throw.
Oh, that is so cool. That's great. I love it.
Please fail.
5.
Okay, that is a fail.
I'm not rolling well.
The creature does not move or take actions this turn. You will just sit there stunned.
Oh, that is so cool! Do I
run-
take damage from the arrow?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, it's a longbow, I would assume is what you were making.
Yeah.
So, 1d8 plus your dexterity modifier.
Which I think for
It's 2.
Kai is 2. Can you use strength for arrows or no?
I don't think so.
Okay.
No,
I just
It's
wondered.
finesse weapons that you can do either. Range is typically
Okay.
dex.
Yeah.
Alright, so yeah, it would for Kai be +2. So you take
That's why I also don't use a bow.
8 points of damage, 6 + 2.
Reduced to 4 from the
It's
rage.
reduced to 4.
Cool, but I am stunned. I'm just kind of like...
Hey, Enos, are you okay? How are you feeling?
And it wears off.
Oh, whoa. That was... cool.
How?
It will probably be changed. I'm just using a table.
Okay. How are you feeling?
I'm okay now. Let me just... hold on. Just take the arrow out. Here you go. I know you have a limited amount, so...
Thank you.
It was cool. I heard like a humming when it hit me, and then I felt like I couldn't move for a while. Just kind of like locked. The ringing in my ears basically just kind of locked my muscles in place. It's interesting.
All right. Noted. Thank you for this field test. I really do appreciate it. All right. I want to try something else now. I put the arrow down. And I just look at you. I don't have much to do with the rest of my day. But you don't mind sparring with me as I cast Flame Blade and it becomes an axe as Kai is just looking at you. If you don't mind.
Yeah, sure. We can spar.
And that's how Kai will spend the rest of his day.
Okay. Not too long after you all spar, you see First Mate King hops over to your ship. Alright, so we should be approaching the iceberg within the next few minutes.
Alright. Okay.
Guessing off of CK's incredible navigation skills, we should be very close. So any preparations you all need to make, I'll do that in the next few minutes.
Okay. So water breathing, I hit every. Is that still active, or I have to re-ritual that at this point?
You can just re-ritual it and just restart the timer.
Okay. Yeah, I'll do that. The fire axe like withers away, and I just sit in front of Ember, start chanting in primordial, and I'll hit everyone again. I'll hit, Kai, Bivro, Enos, Wikia, Aubrey, Grimjar, Alexandria, Giltesh, and Pen.
Okay. Do you all whoever's in charge, I believe there was 4 of you last time. And you can see he's actually like in this large coat now.
Mm-hmm.
Whoever's in charge, if you guys are going to go in there, if there's an inn to this iceberg, which I assume there is, you have to figure out who you're taking in there, and then we figure out who we are taking in there. As everyone meets up.
Oh, we're all meeting up now?
Mm.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Aubrey's also there, because she's first mate.
Well, I would assume the 4 of us would go.
Yes. Are you planning on docking next to the iceberg? You can just try and float by it. What is your plan? What kind of determines what ours is going to be?
I really think we should we should probably dock. Keep some of the people here to watch it.
As a few of us are going in, as long as we have other people to kind of block us off, that's fine. I'm definitely going in. I heard money, adventure, I'm in.
I'm going to. Well, the 4 of us are going. How many can go?
It's supposed to be a very large iceberg.
All right.
I'll look at Alexandria and say, would you want to come with?
Not particularly. This is not really of great importance to me, per se. Plus, I did just give all of my arrows to Kai. My only main way of fighting.
Ooh.
How many are you taking in?
My assumption, me, Feathers, Reach, Gills. That's probably it. Tibby, if they want to join us for healing, that'd be helpful.
So 4.
Yeah, we could probably use some healing.
So, I can go. Well, I plan on going, but also, didn't Pavel mention? Or do they want us to get, to get their cut of the treasure?
I don't know how we could ask them. Let's ask Vibrel if they would
Having
like to join us.
powerful healers will definitely be helpful in an unknown territory as dangerous as this one is. It is nice and warm over here, so that's pretty nice. But otherwise, you all would freeze to death, most likely.
So,
it's you, Kai, right? So we're fine.
what, in the healing department? Bival's a lot
No,
better
I mean
than me.
the heat.
Not
freeze to death.
We didn't really plan for this. Did y'all have any better winter clothes for us to have? Or at least borrow?
Not really. We're just used to having them because we've passed this iceberg. Not past, but we've been within range of this iceberg. Even for me, this is awfully cold, and I have plenty of fur to cover everything up. We have, on occasion, gotten magical rings to assist with this, but even that we don't have unlimited of. We only have 2, and we're taking a crew of 5.
Well, I think the sooner we get this done, the better, so... for everyone.
So start getting your team together. We're basically ready to go. We don't have to go together. by any means. We don't want to split the spoils as much as we have to.
Say that one more time.
We don't want to split the spoils more than we have to?
That's true. Sorry, I don't even know what I heard as Ian. Like I for some reason that just didn't make sense in my head.
I heard we don't want to split the spoils as much as we have to.
Yeah.
And for a second, my brain was like, "Wait, what?"
Yeah.
They're like, they're gonna betray us.
Sorry,
King will let
pirate
you
lingo is
know.
a little bit weird.
Yeah. King will let you know. We'll let you know, and when we have our group together.
Yes. Well,
Fair.
right now we have the pirates scouting out an entrance, just so you all are aware. So we'll know if there's even an entrance to begin with going into this.
Okay.
Can I roll an insight check on him to see if I can tell if, like, I don't know, I get weird vibes from this dude about, like, with talking about the spoils and stuff like that.
Go for it. Spoil insight check.
Spoiler.
That'll be a 17.
Natural 19.
Damn.
You understand that he seems to be some kind of a pirate. He's talked about coming from a pirate island. Money's on the mind. This is a treasure trove to him.
And we also know they're neutral, I guess.
That's
So
what
it's
I'm
like-
thinking.
They would betray us if they could, like, get what they wanted, so...
They don't. I believe they don't have a flag on this ship. I believe I said that.
Correct.
Which means that they have no alliances. They don't show alliance to anything.
Yep.
Oof. In my brain, I'm thinking neutral means if we don't hit them, they don't hit us. So hopefully,
That's what I'm hoping for too. You know.
Yeah.
We can get out of this. We're fine. We'll go our separate ways.
Yeah. During this conversation, for the first time, you also see the Cullin Sound kind of go in front of you, and you start like mimicking their movements as you see a colossal iceberg go up the left side of the ship as you start to round about this giant iceberg.
ooh,
You don't see an end in sight with the limited amount of vision you have from the fog and haze. Well, it seems we have arrived. Get your crew together. We have our crew, and you can have some of the parrots, and they'll take you to an entrance. But I have to head back to my ship.
all right.
So, you guys get another week to think about what you want to do before you enter into the frozen spire of the Doryan Sea. What a comeback episode. Thank you all for playing. Thank you all for watching. And we'll see you potentially in 2 weeks, because we're doing a dual week schedule now for Telione episode 64. Bye-bye.
Bye.